The New York Yankees got absolutely curb-stomped by the Toronto Blue Jays yesterday by a final score of 10-1, giving up 4 runs in back-to-back frames in the 7th and 8th to take what was a 2-1 score and push it into blowout territory. This made today's game all the more important for the Bronx Bombers, who were sending their ace, Max Fried, to the mound to face a pitcher who had thrown just 14 innings in his big league career so far. But oh man, would this not go New York's way, with them getting beaten so badly they broke multiple all-time records for postseason ineptitude. The night began with Toronto's Trey Yesavage coming out and punching out the side in the top of the first, admittedly with an Aaron Judge walk mixed in there. Fried would match him after getting Alejandro Kirk to ground into a double play in the bottom half, but this would be the last time the lefty would get out of an inning unscathed, following another scoreless top half from Trey. Dalton Varsho led off with a double down the right field line that got misplayed by Judge, putting the leadoff guy on third with nobody out. This brought up Ernie Clement, contact hitter extraordinaire, who'd end up doing much more than simply slapping a little line drive somewhere, instead flying a curveball over the fence in left field. All of a sudden, the Yankees were down by multiple runs. This allowed Yesavage to settle in even further, striking out the side in order in the top of the third. And from here, all hell would break loose, as Toronto would score 3 times immediately afterward, pushing their lead all the way up to 5-0. The New York offense had to respond, right? Well, not at this time, as they struck out swinging in order again in the 4th, making it 6 straight strikeouts for the rookie. Yesavage would end up finishing the night with a franchise record 11 strikeouts in just 5 1/3 innings, while giving up a single base runner and 0 hits. On the opposite side of things, Fried would be pulled after walking Miles Straw with a guy on in the 4th. Bringing Will Warren to the mound in time to give up what would end up being the knockout punch, a grand slam to left field off the bat of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., his second home run of the series. But not content with 4 in this frame, Varsho, a couple batters later, would add on, crushing a homer of his own to right, making it 11-0. In the 5th, George Springer would add a home run of his own, widening Toronto's lead, but more importantly, breaking a major league record, as they had become the first team ever to score 20 consecutive runs without their opponents scoring even a single one, as pointed out by Sarah Langs on Twitter. But this somehow wouldn't be where the embarrassment would end for the Yankees, as after New York managed to get a couple back on a Cody Bellinger home run in the 6th, Varsho would add his second blast of the day, giving the Blue Jays 23 runs in their first 2 games of the series, another record-setting achievement, one that I'm sure felt like it was being firmly ran down the throat of New York fans everywhere. And sure, the Yankees managed to score 5 runs of their own in the 7th, but at that point it was far too late, as it never really felt close again, with the final score coming in at 13-7, putting Toronto just 1 win away from going back to the ALCS for the first time since 2016, while thoroughly embarrassing a division rival in the process.
Alright everybody, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching, and if you did, consider checking out any of these other videos on your screen right now for other content just like this. Also, if you ever see anything you'd like to see me detail in the video, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com, and if I end up using your idea, I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for watching, have a great rest of your day.